Copy. So I've been having a misfire cylinder number 2 and 1. So I took the engine out of the 2011 Ford Escape, and it'd be easy just to replace the timing chain and all that. So I just took the engine with the whole transmission and everything, and I find out that that's the problem right there. Cylinder number 2, I believe, is the everything else working fine, but that's the problem right there. Busted. So I'm just gonna replace all of them in that side, and hopefully that should be okay. Replace the head gasket. And we go from there. 2011 Ford Escape, 2.5 liters. If you have that code, I believe it's P0402, I believe, or 302. I'm not remembering. But if you have a low pressure on your cylinder 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, most likely it's gonna be your valves. One of your valves gonna be busted. Don't spend money like I did buying new injectors and spark plugs and coils and bunch of other stuff that I replaced. Cam sensor, crank sensor, intake, bunch of other stuff, man. I spent maybe about $500 and find out there was gonna be this problem right here. So before you do anything, before you're spending money, just go ahead and buy that $30 pressure test kit, whatever, and just go ahead and get it done. Just pressure test your pistons, and I guess 9 out of 10, that's gonna be your problem. I search and search, and I was hoping that this was not the problem. I was hoping it was gonna be a injector or spark plug, easy to replace right there. Some other people told me it was some electrical problem. So I grabbed all my harness, and as you see right there, is everywhere, cables everywhere, and I test every single one and it's still the same problem. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and get the engine out. I mean, I could have done it right there, but that's gonna be my personal vehicle, so I'm just gonna say fuck it, I'm just gonna take the engine out, and work better here instead of killing myself right there in the little bitty space and then trying to get the timing change back on. It's gonna be a pain in the butt doing it right there in the car. So I got the cherry picker right there. It's a whole mess right here in my little shed, but I mean, oh well. This is what I do for a living, so I don't know a lot, but I can make it happen with little tools. You see, I don't have a bunch of tools, so any regular guy like me, you know, no tools at all, but you make it happen somehow. So I'm about to go to AutoZone tomorrow, give me that kit so I'd be able to take these valves out of there. Hopefully they sell these ones. Hopefully I'll be able to find them somewhere, and I'm gonna replace. I might gonna go ahead and replace every single one, but if they don't, if they too expensive or whatever, I might be able to replace these two right here. And then try to clean these ones right here, you know, make them look decent. And then get the head gasket and try it one more time. But like I said, it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. If you guys want to go ahead and work in there, when here, you see I just put a tire right there, got my little chair right there, and chilling. Got my music over there. So the good thing about that, you see, this is my whatchamacallit, harmonic balancer. I was not able to, because I took the transmission out, so I was not able. But this is one kind of tool that I got, and man, this thing saved my butt. And the good thing about it, you see, it's not, it doesn't hurt my harmonic. It doesn't hurt, so it's kind of like a little big clamp. Then just clamp it right there, and my compressor is too small, so what I did, just snap it in here, right there. It goes right there, and then just stick it to whatever, and then with the hammer or whatever, use this little wrench. Go with the wrench right there. That thing is stuck in here, and this cover, that clamp is stuck right here in the cover. And then try to hold it, and then hit it. Boom! 1, 2, twice, and then pop it, and it's out. And then you don't have to use that little clamp to take it out. It just slide off. And then take the cover off, and then when the cover is off, then you take the little guys. One guy is right here, one guy is right there. You have to take the guys off before you can take the head out. If not, you're gonna do a lot of damage. That's the cover right there. That's the two guys. As soon as you take that off, and then make sure you take the alternator out, and then pick that heads off right out, and then put them on the floor like I did, or whatever. I didn't see a lot of videos on YouTube how to get these engines, you know, get them break down or whatever. Sorry, I was not able to record the whole process, but pretty much I think some guy was like using some kind of cutting machine and all that bull, but you know, he did it like in 15 minutes. But there was some engine that it had the same problem as this one, but he just went ahead and replaced the engine. But a broke guy like me, we can afford that. So but to get the engine out of here, it's an engine mount right here, another engine mount right here, the whole engine mount in this side, and there's one right here in the transmission. And it's got this big weight, motor mount weight right there. You don't have to take it out, but whenever you try to raise the engine up, that weight is gonna hold into that bar right there. So it's gonna be hard for you guys to raise the engine up. So I recommend you guys to take it off. And then you see, I only took these 2 bolts right here. They got like a little clamp right there. It's only 2 bolts in the block, and that's it. And it comes right up. And then the CV axles, you have to take them off. And then, excuse me, the transmission lines. I went and buy that tool to be able to remove these lines out, remove the lines, but didn't work, and they even broke off and everything. So what I did, I just went straight to the radiator or whatever you want to call it, and it's right here. I just remove them from there, and then just bent the cord that way. I hope you guys get what I'm saying, but yeah, man, it's a piece of cake, man. You see, I took the whole harness out, so it gave me a lot of space. Even the gas line right here. You see, you don't even have to unplug that the cable for your gears. I just took the bolt out of there and come right off. I got all the engine mounts right there. Most of my engine mount bolts and everything is gonna be in this side. I pretty much know where everything at, hopefully. I hope. And then the camshaft, make sure you get this in the right direction. Got them right there. Got my cams right here. They look good though. They don't look bad. Uh-oh. But yeah. Other than that, that's why you're gonna see. I don't see no damage on the piston at all. I don't know how those things broke off like that. Cylinder looked good, no scratches. That's water when I was blowing it up, but yeah. And I can turn them and feel so good. And other than that, good luck. If you guys have any comments, any questions, send me a text. Maybe I'll be able to help you guys out on anything. I'm doing it, so you know, if you guys like the video, I know I didn't, like I say, I didn't start from the beginning. I didn't record the beginning, but have any questions, I will try to help you guys as much as I can. Thank you.